When your head knows you can't be with someone or you should not be with someone, but your heart wants to be with that person. Hola, Leto, aka Mahali Selepe, the girl that calls 4 countries home. Right, I went to therapy today and I just want to share, it's a very small thing that I want to share with you. By you, I mean you, the person going through what I'm going through, aka going through a divorce. But now it feels like it's sort of intertwined with another information that I wanted to do as a separate video. Or maybe I'll just mention that in passing and then mention the fact that I'm going to do a video about it. Okay, so my ex and I have been living together for the last month. This is week 4. So I want to do a separate video about that. But I think this video, I think what has been happening to me, well, I know what has been happening to me has to do with the fact that he lives here, okay? When your head knows you can't be with someone or you should not be with someone, but your heart wants to be with that person, okay? Unfortunately, because I have not... I've said a lot of things here, but you guys don't know our exact story. But by virtue of him having left, and this is not the first time, this is in fact the 7th time, that I think to anyone with a brain shows that the man doesn't want to be with you. Why I stayed for all these years, I saw that question on my Q&A, and I will be answering that on my Q&A, which I'm recording after this video. If there's time, because my phone doesn't have enough space, the idea is to record this, edit, and then delete. Like edit, upload, delete. Upload and schedule, and then delete it, make space for another video. I don't know if I'm going to have time. I might record the Q&A in the dark because the sun is going to set soon. So, I can't even tell you what had happened. Because with all due respect, you know what I mean? I still need to be respectful to him. And yet, share my truth to help someone. Okay, you guys know my contacts, DMs, whatever. If you want more information, if you want anything, feel free to contact me if you need. I'm on Instagram as Mahali Selepe, the same name. I have been thinking of changing my name, my YouTube name. But if you just search my name, you'll find me. Okay, Mahali Selepe, pronounced Mahadi. If you're new here and you heard me saying Mahali Selepe, that's because the L has a D sound because I'm from Lesotho. So welcome if you are new here. Hit that subscribe button. Road to 4K. Listen, we're on 3K. Get your friends, your family, your colleagues, your enemies, confuse the hell out of them. Just like Mr. Red Life would say. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. I'm trying to be consistent, so we can grow. Right. Welcome to my regular viewers. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, actually, let me just use this as a thank you video for my 3K. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. um yeah, let's grow. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let me know what kind of videos actually. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see, you know. Yeah. So we grow, you know what I mean? I've just written down ideas, which is something I don't do. I've just written down ideas and I've gone up to 8 videos. Yeah, this is one of them because I've just been to therapy and I'm thinking, let me share this because I want to share this with someone because it helped me so much. Okay, let me get to the point. So, okay, so something happened. Something happened and I felt so hurt. You know. Something happened with my ex. You know, I call him my ex because we are living separate lives. The divorce itself has not been final. I have not received any divorce papers to say, oh, here, he's divorcing you. I have not sent any divorce papers. So nobody has filed yet. But we are doing the separation of assets, which is part of the process, which is why we say we're going through a divorce. Because that whole thing, the divorce is together. You can't just divorce without... when you divorce, you have to say all those things, assets, children, what's happening with that, you know. Then you can say, no, we will do that after the divorce, which you can. You have up to 12 months, or is it 18 months after signing to sort that out, or you can do it before. So I prefer for it to be done before because I don't want to be dealing. I just want to mourn. I don't want to be dealing with him after we've signed. I really don't. Of course, we're on good terms now, and hence he's here, staying with us. Good terms to a degree, of course, if a marriage is breaking down. But to be honest, it's been worse. It's been worse. So we're trying to separate amicably. We're trying to discuss things. Of course, it's hard. You know, emotions, it gets hard, and then we just stop, and then we continue again another day. So it's good that he's here so we can talk, you know, because he was not accessible when he was not here. So something happened and I just felt so hurt. I felt so hurt. I mean, something that would not have hurt me otherwise. Like, because I was at a certain stage, you know, I felt I have been healing. It has been 16 months since we separated. So since April 2020. So, and then, you know, he moved out July 2020. So, you know, we have gone past the whole year of not living together and just me accepting the situation and just having time to, reflect, go to therapy and seeing that, you know what, this is probably the best place I can be. This is probably the best thing that could have happened. You know, all factors considered. This is probably the best thing for me, you know, although he left me. So I made peace with it. But I wanted to share my story, which I have done. And then I appeared bitter to him, you know. And I just remember thinking, it was bitter. But then this week, was it earlier this week? No, today's Monday. So last week, I thought to myself, I am bitter. You know, I don't know. They came together like, I'm not over this guy. I thought, okay, I'm not over this guy. I'm bitter. I'm actually upset. I'm angry. I'm angry. Like, how did we get here? How could he do this to me? And then he just expects everything to be, and then he's just living his best life. And then he wants us to be friends. Like, I thought, I didn't have a problem with that, with being friendly with each other and stuff. And actually, I've watched a video of someone talking about living with their ex. Okay, let me leave that topic because I'm gonna do a different video about living with my ex. Not today. I'll do it another time. Yeah, I just need to think, like, what would you guys like to know? Actually, what would you guys like to know? Let me give you this responsibility. What would you like to know about living with my ex? And then I'll do a video answering that. Yeah, so that it's relevant. It's what you want to know. It's not me projecting or whatever. If there's any anger, you know what I mean? I'm avoiding being bitter. So anyway, this thing happened, and okay, I don't know why I'm making it like it's a mystery. It's not a mystery. He's obviously moved on, so he has another person. So this person calls while we're sitting together, and I hear her voice, and I hear what they call each other. Oh my goodness. Did I not feel like my heart is ripping in two? I mean, he tried for me not to hear her. He stood up actually and took the call. But she was on loudspeaker. Because I know even when he was here, he's always on loudspeaker when he on the phone. So I think it's just a reflex thing that when he gets a call, he puts it on loudspeaker before he picks it up. Because he did walk away so that I don't hear the conversation. But then he's on loudspeaker, so I heard. And then I just joked about it. Hi, but no, man. It was painful. What? Then I'm like, I'm questioning myself now. I'm feeling angry. Because even what we're talking about our, asset separation. And we were not agreeing. And it was tense. And then she calls. So that's why I was saying, I was already vulnerable. I was like, I don't know this living together thing, if it's gonna work. Huh? I'm like, I'm upset. I was fuming. I was already upset. I was already upset from the conversation. Now she calls. I'm like, wow. Hey. So he does all these things to me for 20 odd years. And then he just moves on. He's just talking to this girl. Like nothing has happened. Hi, I felt the rage. I was like, okay, I am bitter. Come on, woman, accept it. I will put on my WhatsApp saying that healing starts when you accept that you are bitter. I put it on my WhatsApp status and Facebook status, Facebook story. I said, okay, you are bitter. You are bitter, little. You are bitter. Oh, and I cried. Oh, my goodness. The last time I cried myself to sleep was actually before he left. No. Shortly after. Because once he left, I felt relief. And then as I reflected, there's a day when I went to this separation thing. What was it called? Anyway, it was about harmoniously separating, divorcing harmoniously. Oh, the way I was crying at that place. I don't know if I've told you guys about that. Let me know if I have. I know I have my goat here. My real OG who been supporting from day one, my day ones. That's it. Who will know if I've told you about this. I know I've told my friends that I speak to face. I'm not sure if I've told you guys. Hey, I cried. So I had not cried until now. I cried. Yo, last week, I cried so much. I was like, yes, I am bitter. I am Uncle Sam. And then I Googled how to get over. Because I'm like, I don't know what is happening to me, but it's not normal. Because as I'm feeling so bitter, I'm also feeling like, this is my husband. This is my husband. Who is this girl? Who is she? You know, and yet I know that ship has sailed. That ship sailed a long time ago. The ship has sailed, you know. And I feel for the longest time, I didn't see that the ship is not here. But yeah, I am angry. You know, I cried and cried until I felt, you know what? Until I felt at peace. I felt, I forgive this girl. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I need to forgive him as well. I don't know. I didn't feel I forgive him, but there's a friend of mine who always says, he gets away with everything. Like, there's nothing you don't forgive this guy. You know. And I was telling him that, yeah, it's him. You know, you can't compare yourself to him. Him, yes, I will forgive because I can't help it. I try not to, but I just can't. I have a soft spot for the guy. I can't not forgive him. You know, I do love him. Let me just put that out there, because as I was feeling this thing, as I was feeling the bitterness, I felt, do I want this guy back? I knew I don't want him back, but I knew I love him. You know, I was like, I love him. I do love him. Why do I love him? I felt so bad. I felt so ashamed. How could you love someone who has treated you like this? How? How? And of course, you know, the illusion of living together and spending so much time together. And because I did miss him, you know. I did miss him when he was not here. Not the, you know, husband-wife thing, but, you know, he's quite funny. He's quite, you know, great company. So I did miss that. So when he was saying he's coming back, I caught myself smiling, you know, because I felt, oh, like I'm so used to the normal, like for me, this is the thing they were saying in therapy, because, you know, the way the mind works, the mind doesn't like change. The mind wants stability, you know. It doesn't matter any other factors, whatever. As long as we have stability, that's what we want. And therefore, him coming back took away so much stress. I was so stressed. You guys, I told you when I even got admitted to hospital. I will tell you about that as well, like what was causing me so much stress. One day, hopefully, if he's okay for me to tell you. Because now we are together now in the same roof. And now, you know, he's actually expressing his feelings about, you know, my YouTube. And, you know, I'm telling him as well that, look, these things help me. And my truth, I need to be able to tell my truth with all due respect, you know. So now, you know, I'm sifting a few things. I'm like, can I tell that? Can I tell that? I'm like, okay, I don't need permission, but I just need to warn him in advance that, okay, by the way, I'm going to talk about this, and this. And that's, you know, because we are here, we are housemates. But I think once we're not, you know, I can be free again. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you about about what was causing me so much stress. I was in so much stress. I could not function. Always crying. I mean, even now, like I cry quickly. I was always crying. And when he said, can he come? felt relief, I felt relief to an extent. So I've been basically, so I felt shame for still loving him. I felt shame, So today in therapy, they said, my therapist said, if you never ever felt you missed him, I would be worried. That would be abnormal, I mean, he didn't quite use that word because he doesn't like using abnormal, unusual. Yeah, I would be worried about you if you didn't miss him, because you were with this guy from you were 18. Okay, you married him at 19. You guys were together for 20 years, almost, because our anniversary is in July, and we separated in April, and that last July was 20 years. This year was gonna be 21 years. So we're still legally married 21 years. So he says, do not feel ashamed. He says, when you're going through something like that, I'm gonna show you. I'll hold this purse. So I'll demonstrate with this. He says, don't try to shove it. I wish you could see, because the way you are sitting, don't try to hide this. Don't try to hide it away. Let's say this is him. Don't try to put him away like he never existed. Like, okay. Because when I put this here under these pillows, or I put it under the bed, I know it's there. And I'll naturally keep checking if it's still there. Because I know I put it there. I'm acting like it doesn't exist. But I know I've put it there. So I'll keep going back to it and checking. Is that still there? Whereas he says, what you don't want is to hold it like this. Because when you're holding it like this, you can't engage. When I'm holding this like this, I can't engage with you. I can only see this side, and I'm seeing this side. I can't see you. You can't see me. I cannot engage. This is when that is taking over. This is when the feelings of missing him take over my life. But if I hold it like this, he says, hold it like this. This way, it's there. He's there. Everything that has to do with him is there. But I can still engage with people, with life. I can still live. I'm living my life. I'm okay. It's there. I know it's there. I can see it's there. But it's not preventing me from engaging. And I can even rest it. Sometimes I rest it on my thigh. It's still there, but it's not affecting me. I can function. And then the more it's on there, it's slowly with time, years maybe, to fade away. The memory of it being there, the awareness of it being there. Oh, it's there, yeah, oh yeah, And the way I interpreted that was, wow, this is when he gets married, when he has his own new family. We know that, okay, of course, yeah, we were married. I mean, the kids, this for me is like the kids are here. So, of course, I was married to this guy. We shared something together. We have all those great memories and all those painful memories. He was part of my life. But we're doing something else now. It's a different chapter now. He's having a different chapter for himself in his life. I'm having a different chapter in my life. But I cannot ignore the fact that he exists. I cannot ignore the fact that we once shared a bed. Okay, maybe not that, but I cannot ignore the impact he has had in my life. I was just a child when he came into my life, and I have been shaped by being with him. My whole adulthood, I was with this guy. So there's no, don't do that. Accept, don't deny it. Don't try to hide it. Don't let it be here and stop you from living and steal your joy. Hold it. That way you are in charge. You are holding it. Here's the factor here. There is this thing here. There's this history. There's this person. There's this fact. There's this issue that has happened. And it's okay to hold it like this because the world is seeing it, holding, yes, the world knows. I was once this person's wife. It's okay. Don't be offended when you get associated with this person. And don't feel too hard on yourself when you miss this person, despite however way they treated you. And I'm talking in general here, like, what you went through with this guy, with this woman. And sometimes it hurts and is offensive when people associate you with him or her. When people see you and some people still want you to be with him because somehow they are uncomfortable with you not being with him. I don't know, that's my interpretation. You're uncomfortable. If you want me to be with him, it makes you uncomfortable that I'm not. That's just how I see it, Or you don't know me well enough and don't know him well enough to know that for us, the best thing for us is not to be together. Therefore, you wanting me to be with him is wishing me evil. You wanting him to be with me is wishing him evil. And I'm using evil lightly, and I'm not particularly talking about my situation, If you are in an abusive relationship, if you are in you are with someone that you cannot be with, and people are telling you they're praying, they want you with this person. You wonder who for? Who for? Because do you know my story? Some people, I've spoken about this before. Some people know your story, and yet they would still rather you are there getting beaten every day instead of being apart. I don't know why people do that. So it's okay to hold it here. It's okay. Try to disassociate yourself so that you're able to handle it. Expect it. People will ask you about him. People will... some people, I'm not talking about people with the nasty comments, whatever. Oh, look at him. Look at her. She's left him. Even those ones are just noise. Are just a sounding gong. But some days you'll be so low that you can't even handle that. That breaks you. So when it does, cry. But, find ways to get over that. Get help. For me, I'm finding therapy is so strengthening. Oh, my goodness. I don't know where I would be right now. Because yesterday, last week really shook me. It really, really shook me. I felt like I was in a dryer, in a washing machine. I was like, oh, I'm seeing stars. I'm like, no, I had healed from this. I was okay. I was on my way. I'm back. Oh no. Because his presence here as well has affected me. So basically, I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Be well, look after yourself, and expect to go in and out. Expect to relapse. Take this like it's an addiction, You're this person, you stop drinking, you're fine, you're well on your way. Next thing, you just want a drink so badly. you can do anything. You're just helped by the fact that people that are helping you, supporting you on this journey are around. You can't take a drink. But sometimes you are alone. And sometimes you take a drink. No, when you're coping from addiction, you should stay away. But yeah. So sometimes don't feel bad that you want this thing so badly. But you've educated yourself. You know this thing is bad for you. This thing is toxic for your body. This smoke is not good for your lungs. And yet you want it. It's just like punishing yourself for wanting that smoke that you know is going to kill you. Don't punish yourself. Accept that, okay, this is how we're feeling today. You can sit in it, cry, pray, sing, dance, run, anything to help you get out of that. And don't be impatient with yourself. Know that it's going to go. It might take a day. It might take 2 days. It might take an hour. But I won't feel like this for good, And then be okay and live. And when it does come back, and of course, prayerfully, that doesn't keep coming back. Now, when you do think of him, especially if you guys have children, you have to deal with this person and prayerfully, God helps you forgive and just be civil for the sake of the children and really, really give it to him. Just cry it out. I find that, when I'm unable to forgive, just crying and crying about it helps. I mean, a lot of times I don't even want to cry. So it feels even more painful when I'm trying not to cry. So just cry. Just cry about it and say, how do I forgive this person? How, Lord? And then I feel better. And then I feel, you know what? I forgive him. It's okay. But then I'm going to have a day where I feel, no, it's not okay. It is not okay. How dare you? It's not okay. And that's okay as well. It's okay as well. This has been a longer than I thought. I hope you find this helpful. I hope it was making sense. Yeah. Basically, in a nutshell, in conclusion, don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay if you miss him. Even if you've moved on and you have someone else, it's okay to miss him. It's okay. And hopefully you have someone who understands, Because marriage, divorce is like death, And I feel it's unfair for anyone not giving their spouse a chance to cry about their beloved who has died. Even if they're married to you now, he still misses her. He still misses her. She was a different person to you. Do not compare yourself to the dead. Don't compare yourself. She's gone. He misses him. Comfort him. Let him know you understand. You understand. Yes, you are here, but you have not in any way, shape or form replaced her. Because she still had a special place in his heart. Now, when it comes to divorce, I mean, sometimes it's mutual. People do not want each other anymore and they're done, But most of the times, one person is just surprised. They didn't even see it coming, Sometimes you see it coming, but you're praying for it not to. And you're hoping things will work out and they don't, It doesn't make you stop loving your person who's gone. It just hurts. It hurts. You still love them, but it hurts. And then, of course, sometimes, like in my case, you don't even see it coming. And you can't just switch. You can't just switch into, okay, fine. Although that's what I said. I was all right, bye, Felicia. Because I wasn't going to beg again. No, I had begged enough. But that doesn't automatically make you over this person or over the situation. Sometimes you're hurting not because you want this person, but because you want your marriage. The idea of marriage. I mean, we all want marriage. Nobody gets married to get divorced. So sometimes you just want to understand, but it's okay. Also, that's the other thing that my therapist said. It's okay. You won't understand. Don't seek understanding. That will drive you crazy. Don't understand. You won't understand it. Just hold it. Don't throw it. Don't hide it. Hold it. Rest your hand. It's still in your hand. It's still in my hand. This is what's happening. This person is part of my life. They're part of your life forever. If you have children, part of your life forever. You can't undo that. You cannot undo that. They're your family for good. Because they're your children's family. So you can't undo it. When he has kids, those kids are my children's family. So I can't not want the children to visit me. You know what I mean? Unless the wife doesn't want them to. But the children will still have a relationship with them because those are their siblings. You understand? So, I mean, those are like the worst things that nobody wants to deal with. But unfortunately, this is the world we live in and we deal with those things. And it does us good to accept our situation, cry and cry and cry, and accept that this is what I'm dealing with. This is the status quo. This is how things are. Yeah. Stay on your knees if you're Christian. I think all my viewers are Christian. I don't know. Stay on your knees. If you're not, just do positive things that make you happy. Take walks, run, look after yourself. Start learning how to look after yourself, because in most cases you've lived your life looking after the family. So look after yourself. Take it one day at a time, man. One day at a time. Don't try to do too much. Do less. As Naledi would say. Where's Naledi? Anywho. All right, guys. Goodness me, I'm on 40 minutes. I'm gonna try and cut it to 20. We shall see. This was meant to be a 15-minute thing. I was like, okay, I've been uploading such long videos. This one is gonna be 20 minutes, 15 minutes max. Look at me now, 40 minutes, because I keep rambling. I'll try to edit it. I'm thinking maybe, okay, I can't do a Q&A now. This video is too big, this file. I need to sort it out. Download, delete. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Goodness, I feel like I was all over the place because I was trying to be politically correct. Yeah, I prefer being honest. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share the video, leave me a comment. Even if you're first time, just say, hey, I was watching, you know. Even if you have nothing to say about the video, just say, hey, I was watching, you know. Tell me where you're watching from as well, okay? All right, love you guys, but remember that God loves you even more, and that is the absolute, ultimate truth. Ciao, ciao. You've watched everything. Thank you so much for watching everything. Now don't forget to subscribe and go back to my other videos and scroll and scroll and scroll and watch everything. There's very good things in here, very good interesting things. You are number one. Now thank you and take care of yourself.